Hello, everyone. It's been, what, maybe like 10 hours since I did the Super Meat Boy, like, accidental speedrun, and now I'm like, okay, I want to do Cotton Alley now. I did the first level, which I had never completed before. I remember on my first playthrough, I, like, went in, I, like, looked at the first level, and I was like, no thanks, I don't want to do this. And I immediately left. But then I took a peek after the first level, and I was like, okay, they're not all, like, pure Kaizo, you know? Let's get the game up. Super Meat Boy, what a game. Yeah, this is actually, I made a little collage out of, like, images I had. I realized I had a lot of pictures of pink buildings for some reason. I was like, this is perfect. Cotton Alley. Here we go. Cotton Alley. Let's beat our mate. So this is the first level. I guess I'll do it again. But it's pretty fucking nuts. Wow, I just first tried it though. It seriously took me like a billion tries to get it the first time. But I just actually first tried that shit. So yeah, the whole conceit of this world, by the way, is that I'm Bandage Girl and I'm saving Meat Boy this time. And the world is like all cutesy, I guess. That was part of what like turned me off of doing it in my first playthrough. Fuck. Because I was kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like, it's all cutesy, and there's like happy-go-lucky music, but it's like the hardest level. I get it. That's a very unique juxtaposition you've made there, Edmund M. But it's not that bad. The music's just not the best. This is always a track I skip over on the soundtrack. I need to wall jump there. You can't get enough speed unless you wall jump there. I feel like. There you go. Yeah, baby. Woo! Alright. Fuck. Is this... Am I immediately gonna hit a wall here? No, this is how it felt playing the first level. This one seems a little harder, actually. I'm gonna go on a limb. Yeah, your boy might switch over to Dark Worlds at a certain point. If it keeps going like this. Okay. There are safe zones, I am being informed. Oi, like right here. So now I can sit here and think. Okay, there's a lot to keep track of. I know it looks like I'm just jumping into obstacles, and I am doing that. I just want you to understand my position here. There's a lot going on screen. Let's watch that replay. There's like a million deaths on that first song. And the rest is history. Oh, fuck. I was just gonna go right in my face. Oh, this is CBT level. I see. I get the whole CBT joke. I'm trying to keep controller ASMR to a minimum, but there's only so much I can do with this kind of fucking level. Okay. Sorry, I needed to do a little Scatman prayer. Overlooked Scatman song, Scat Mambo. He does a fucking, like, let's listen to it. Fucking hell, man. Calm down, Scatman John. Jesus Christ. Oh, did you know that Bob Ross had a coke nail? I learned about coke nails yesterday. I didn't know this was a thing, but apparently people who do cocaine sometimes shave their fingernail so that they have, like, a sharp nail. It's really weird. But they, like, use it to scoop up cocaine, I guess. And, apparently the uncle, or, like, the grandpa in, the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he had a coke nail during filming, for whatever reason. And Bob Ross also had them, and people say that he used it to scrape paint off of paintings. There was a rumor that Carrie Fisher had one, and then she actually tweeted out something hilarious along the lines of, like, no, I don't do cocaine off of my nails, I do it through a straw like a normal human being, or something like that. There was like a photoshopped image that went around or something. Actually, I shouldn't speak of such things. I might be wrong on this. Okay, I got through it. Cock and ball torture. Look at that. kind of weird that some of them just freeze when they fall to death. This entire part of the replay, me looking at Scatman. What is happening? My impression of Bob Ross would not be worsened if I knew he did cocaine a few times. I know how it ends, but I'm just curious what the fuck is happening right now. Okay. It's cool. Cool level. This, oh my god, so, okay, I don't want to bring up Fablehaven again, but this is from Fablehaven. There's literally a scene in Fablehaven, I forget which one, where the main characters are, like, inside, like, a cavern, and there's a bunch of, like, slowly drifting death balloons that'll, like, pop into, like, gas that dissolves you if you touch them. That's exactly what this is. Ooh! Oh, that is just satisfying to get, though. Just fun. I don't even care that I died. That is, these levels are short. They're not a massive gauntlet of, like, Kaizo shit. At least not yet. I like that. I'm trying to, like, be a slick man. Slickman sled, and it's not working out. Didn't I say while I was playing Line Rider that the gameplay is basically Stickman sled? If I didn't, then that was a missed opportunity. You know, the scene with the balloons drifting around was kind of horrific in Fablehaven. Like, it was... oh, Christ. A dude gets, like, dissolved. Like, a main character gets killed and, like, dissolved. And they're just like, well, I guess we just have to keep moving. I need to... ooh, there you go. I was gonna say I need to rethink my strategy. Turns out I needed to be fucking slurk. Look at that. These replays are nuts. I don't think this music changes for the entire world. Nope. That's... yeah. I'll have to inform you on how good of a track it is by the time we're done doing this world. It doesn't in any other world, yeah, but the music's better in the other worlds. Oh, no. Oh, Christ. Look at this shit. Look what I gotta do. Oh, and you can get nicked by it there? That's cool. Yahoo! Ooh, I hate these fans so much. You guys know this. Second worst level in the game. What? What is the worst level? Have I already played it? I bet I haven't. It's probably like Dark World penultimate chapter. That's my guess. Yeah, I might have to change this music. It's just like, yeah, I get it. It's like pink and aggressively cheerful. Oh, I wonder, actually, can we listen to the 2015 version? We can change it to the 2015 version, guys. I've never listened to this before. It seems like it's of the same ilk. This is makeup tutorial music. It's like Nintendogs music. And I've never played Nintendogs, you know? These fans are the worst! It's so hard. It's so hard. It's such a hard level. Just rise to the occasion, Cotton Lady. Fucking hell. Oh. Eat your cum, and then you know I did it. It only took 1,000,000 tries. Also, that was from chat. Somebody in chat said, eat your cum. I couldn't just let it slide. This is kind of Plants vs. Zombies-esque music. It's really weird. I'm not sure how to feel. Symmetrical level. Cool symmetrical level. Man, the difficulty curve is all over the place, in my opinion. This one took me like 5 tries. That last one took me like 1,000,000,000. Just put that level earlier, maybe. The name of this level is... Are you on the ground? Well, fuck you. Ooh, I almost got caught. Bay almost caught me slipping. Oh. Remember that fucking meme? Rock it to me. That's what the name of this level is. PP is actually the real name of this level. Where is Meat Boy? I like, only when I got the last key, I was like, where even is he? I need to go to the top. Jesus Christ. You know, the working title for this level was actually Mario takes a big fat smelly pee-pee. Imagine if these were seeking missiles. They are! They literally do seek you. Just not, like, super heavy. They usually hit a wall in this level, but they literally do seek you. I need to, like, go serpentine when I'm approaching the top there. That's the strat. Okay. All sorts of mistakes happening today, such as my decision to stream this. For some reason, this music is actually less irritating to me than the standard Danny B one. You know, apparently Snape, or Alan Rickman, the actor who played Snape, he was in on the, like, twist of the character. Like, J.K. Rowling told him before she had even, like, written the books that contained further development of his character. It's kind of dank. This one's pretty fuck, guys. I give this level a fuck. The replay isn't even going to be that satisfying, because the missiles don't get captured properly. We'll only see, I think, the winner's version of the missiles. So it won't be like there's a million missiles firing off at all my clones. Motherfucker! I just have to go for it. Oh, it sucks. I have to, like, land on that tiny little platform up there. And then live. Like, bro. See, this music's not terrible. For some reason the other one just too, like, bombastic. I don't know. This is at least just kind of pleasant music to listen to. This is the one, like, amount of, like, good mileage we're gonna get out of the, 2015 soundtrack. Oh, look at that! Oh, imagine if they were heat-seeking. That would just be the worst, wouldn't it? Opinion on paper straws, they get soggy. Next question! Ah! Lightning round. Lightning round on straws. Okay, straw tier list. You got S tier, straw hat. Solid S tier. Then you've got the straws where it's got the little, like, balls of chocolate in it that when you drink milk through it, it turns it into chocolate milk. That's also S tier. Alright, so we got straw hats and the chocolate milk straws. Then you've got, what are those? The sours, the candy straws? Those are A tier. As well as, you know, bendy plastic straws. And then in A tier, you got straight plastic straws, which are, like, serviceable, I guess. And then shit tier is paper straws. Shit tier. Absolute fucking shit tier. Ah! Metal straws, they don't exist. It's not true. It can't be true. No one would ever use a metal straw. How do you clean a straw? You'd need, like, a special utensil to clean out your straw. It would be like a trumpet cleaner. Yo, can I tell you guys, as a brass instrument player, or an ex-brass instrument player, cleaning the inside of a brass instrument, which is just a big long tube, basically, it's just a straw. A fancy straw, really. A fancy metal straw. But, you get, like, special tools just to clean out the inner parts of it. Because they get, like, scummy. People don't realize this, but parts that you can't, like, physically scrub, they get scummy. So you need a thing, and there's a spit valve to let out the, like, condensation that gathers in your instrument. That's why you should never lay down on the floor of a band room. Oh shit, I forgot to put Coke straws on the tier list. Of course, Coke straws in C tier, which stands for Coke. Is this the worst level in the game? Is this the one that somebody was warning me about? I'm assuming it's a Dark World level, right? It's gotta be. I don't think... Does Cotton Alley have Dark World levels, actually? It's been so long since I've seen the map screen. Getting real fucking sick of hearing these, like, the weird noise these things make. God damn it. Ah! That was a pretty hard level. Holy fucking shit. Okay, Is that a... another one. Cool. Just as I was, like, starting to be like, oh yeah, now I don't have to hear the sound of these things anymore. It's like, hey, you want to hear the sound of that thing every 2... Okay. I wonder how long this level is. It's kind of an auto-scroller, not gonna lie. Kind of unepic for you to make an auto-scroller level. You remember missiles? I'm sorry, I'm scratching my nose. I'm scratching mein Schniffer. Pee-pee, 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 poo-poo. Oh, of course. How? Wait. Whoa. Alright. Just barely, that's how. Just fucking, like, by the skin of your teeth. What is this difficulty curve? Pee-pee penis. Pee-pee penis. Okay. That's my new character, new comedy character that I'm coming up with. Pee-pee penis. He goes, pee-haw. Anybody remember Captain Underpants? Of course you do. You're cultured viewers. With, Professor, what was his name? I think his name was Pee-Pee Poopy Pants. I'm not even kidding. And it's like a total, like, Zoomer meme now. You know, I actually, when I was very young, I drew my own comics on, like, lined paper. And it was about a guy called Super Sunny. I guess because, I don't know, because I was a son? I don't even know. It was S-O-N-N-Y. And it was always, like, it was the kind of very formulaic comics that, Harold and Charlie, or whatever, write in Captain Underpants. Where, like, the world is invaded by weird aliens or some shit. And then he, at the end, Super Sunny would always kick them to the moon. Or, like, kick them to, like, Mars. It was really specific. He always, like, booted them to another planet. The one that I remember, I think there was one where it was, like, teeth people invaded, and there was one where tulip people invaded. That's all I remember. Harold and George. Harold and Kumar. Charlie. Stop, Charlie!
This game has gone on long enough.
Yeah, I didn't watch the remake of the movie, or the weird movie that they made, I guess. It's not really a remake. I'm sorry, I'm just so used to there being 10 million remakes of everything. It's sort of a make, which is fun, because that's like a poop joke. I'm gonna go make, guys. What was- Ooh, what the fuck was that? That wasn't a wall slide. That was a seizure. It's still fun, though. This game controls well. It's a good game for good people. God damn, I'm just gonna let myself die here. This is not a remake of original Meat Boy. Okay, and there are good remakes. At no point did I say, oh, all remakes suck ass. Oh, I would never play a remake. You imagined that part of the sentence. And also, this is not a remake of original Meat Boy. It's its own game. Original Meat Boy is ass, more to the point. The original one is referred to as a prototype, if nothing else. What is that? I can't wall jump. I can't wall jump when I do that. So could that just stop happening? Also, so what is with the whole cotton thing? Is that just like bandages, or is that like ladies' time of the month stuff? Is it a period piece? Is what I'm trying to say. I'm a little bit behind schedule here. Oh, I can just slick right over that. One more jump. There you go. There you go. Suck my dick, Pepto-Bismol. Oh, look at how many of them just like die. They just sit there and die. Look at that. A ton of deaths there. A few stragglers that made it there. Oh, but only one could make the cut. How much is this game? I don't know. Look it up. It's like 15 bucks probably. Not too pricey. Oh! I almost just skimmed that eyeball, mate. Oh, shit. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Because I'm a god gamer and I never lose. What is... Oh. These. Oh, my favorite things. These. It's like glowing effect on the water. I kind of like it. It's just, I don't remember this being anywhere else in the game. The, like, lighting that's coming out here. Did anyone else ever do this in their first playthrough? Intentionally die a bunch of times on a stage just to get a crazy replay? Like, just have a bunch of lives where you, like, jump off in every direction at the beginning, just to make it like look cool. Anybody else ever do that? That's not how you do. No, that's not how you do it. That's how you do it, right there, and then you jump right into the Pepto. This level is Pepto-Abysmal. That's a good one. That is a good one. There's another whole like half of this. Oh, that second half was way faster, way easier. All of my deaths were in the first half. Okay, I don't care. We know how this ends. Oh my god. I already hate it. This had better be the worst level. Okay. Don't bounce down. Don't bounce down, you stupid dummy game. Oh gosh. How much? There's so much of this level! I'm on a good pattern of bounce for this one. Good sense of line. Penis! Okay. Hey, chat, was I close for that one? Let me know in the comments if I was close. Some people, not a huge amount of people, and they're not like being super mean about it or anything, but some people are sad that I didn't play Fallout right, apparently. People were like, no, you gotta pay attention to the story and read all the like flavor text and shit. I'm like, the glitches were really the thing that was keeping me going by the end. To be honest. I didn't. Fuck. Hey, remember that one time I was close? Opinion on Skyrim then. Well, I played a little bit of Skyrim. Actually, when I was younger, my dad, from one of my birthdays, he was like, hey, son, I got you one of those video games you like so much. That was like right when my parents were like starting to let me play video games, which they didn't for a very long time. He got me Skyrim, and I played it for a bit, and those huge games, I just don't know what to do. Like, it's the same with like Minecraft. I don't know where to start. I just want to pick a direction and run, but then the game kind of punishes you for doing that, and is like, no, be slow and methodical, and go through all the dialogue and read all the flavor text and shit. And I'm like, well, I kind of don't care if it's just gonna be like a massive, like, huge, expansive world, but it keeps like plotting me along with like sort of samey shit and things that I find kind of boring. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying Skyrim's bad, I only played it for a little bit. I got, like, the first, like, Scream ability. I, like, went through a dungeon, got the Scream ability or whatever, the Foos, and then I went to a town, and I remember I, like, picked up a bowl without realizing that that was stealing, and then the entire town was like, thief! Oh, we all hate your guts! And I had to kill them all because they attacked me. And I was like, you know what, this is not my type of game. I'm too, like, clumsy for this. I think realism is kind of overrated in games. Like, all these games that are about, like, 3D modeled people, they for some reason grab me a lot less than games about a fucking, like, cube of bandages, apparently. Look at this shit. Ah, oh, cool. Cool, yeah. Yeah. How would you feel if Dark Souls had a more stylized look? I actually haven't played Ashen. I might check it out one day, but comedy hour, jokes. That's one of the things, like, initially when I looked at Dark Souls, I was like, it's just like a realistic game about, like, hitting with swords. Like, at first I was just like, it's just, like, I was immediately turned off of trying to play Dark Souls, because I saw it and I was like, okay, it just looks like man go around hit thing with sword. But, it ended up being a lot more than that, which is gratifying. There you go. Woo! I would recommend Dark Souls, yes. But it's one of those things that's kinda hard to recommend, because some people just really seem to hate it. Like, it seems like Dark Souls, it's easy to get a bad impression of the game, you know, or to have a bad first experience with it. But I would encourage you to, you know, not shy away, like, if you do want to get into it, because I would say it is really rewarding once you, like, get over the wall. But I think maybe the biggest problem with Dark Souls is that it has a wall to get over, you know? I have heard, actually, that... I haven't played Bloodborne, but I've heard that it is actually apparently a better game for newcomers. I don't know how true that is. These are clever ideas for levels. I like the shit they got going here. I was kind of, you know, when I first played this, I was like, oh, this last world just seems like a fucking, like, Kaizo fuck you world. And it is a little bit, but it's not just all frame-perfect jumps between saw blades. There are unique ideas that are fun. I need to hit that switch, though. But yeah, Dark Souls, it's like, don't be afraid to look shit up. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to, die and lose quite a few times, because that's part of it. It's a very, you know, it's a cohesively designed experience because it's like every part of it points to every other part of it, if that makes any sense. It's like the difficulty is there for a reason, you know, it's not just hard just for the sake of fucking you around. I think some people get offended at, like, the game taking, like, cheap shots at you occasionally, like, moments that are essentially just bullshit, like, where you just die because the game decided that you will. Those moments are very few and far between, and they're there for a reason, you know? They discourage a lot of new players, but they're there to, like, get you into the brutality of the world that you're in, and I think it's good design! Even though Dark Souls games are not always amazingly designed from cover to cover. Yeah, like Joseph Anderson, or whatever his name is, I think it might be Jason, fuck. But he does the long-ass reviews of video games. Always is talking about the gotcha moments in Dark Souls. And he always, it's weird. He has this paradigm, I don't remember this ever being on official, like, promotional material or anything for Dark Souls. But he has this idea in his head that, like, the gimmick of the game is that every challenge is, like, foreseeable, and, like, if you were a completely, perfectly meticulous and skilled player, you could theoretically get through the game on your first try. I don't know where he gets that impression, like, I think that's just something that, like, people say about the game sometimes. And he, like, took that as, like, gospel, and then, like, half of his fucking, like, Dark Souls 1 critique is just talking about how, no, the game is unfair in parts, and I'm like, well, yeah, it is. It's supposed to be unfair in certain parts. It's supposed to make you fucking despair and feel hopeless. And give you something you need to, like, overcome. I don't know. It just felt like the try-hard spirit had been offended by moments like that. Because it's not like that was a promise that Dark Souls made, that they would be perfectly fair all the time, and clearly telegraph things. I feel like part of playing Dark Souls is sort of like getting into the hopelessness of it. It's like the kind of game that makes you realize, oh, you know, games about 3D modeled human beings don't have to be, like, generic trash. Like, they can feel very distinctive and have their own personality. And I'm not, like, 100% on Dark Souls. It's not, like, my favorite game ever or anything. Like, I'm not huge on the RPG elements. And then Sekiro, like, severely downplayed the RPG elements, and then I didn't like Sekiro that much. I didn't like Sekiro as much as Dark Souls, sadly. It got to the point where it was just like, yep, this game's just gonna be a long succession of, like, repeated arenas, that I have to, like, just grind for, like, hours to, like, get the muscle memory to beat. And also, like, the world of Sekiro, it is beautiful, that game. But, like, the story didn't interest me. That was one where they kind of do, like, spoon-feed you the story a little bit more. And it wasn't as compelling to me. Especially because it was also, like, sort of a badass ninja empowerment story, rather than you're a disgusting, scummy, undead corpse barely shambling along on your last legs. Go kill God, or whatever. Whereas here it's like, you're a badass ninja, and you're fighting badass things, and other badass ninjas. Didn't quite win me over. See, okay, people always say, oh, you shouldn't go into Sekiro expecting Dark Souls. I definitely wasn't. Because I had 6 million people before the game came out being like, don't expect Dark Souls, it's gonna be very different. And it's like, really, I should have expected it to be more Dark Souls-like. It is pretty Dark Souls-like, guys. Oh, fuck off. How long is this level? This is so fucked! What? Is this like the last level? This is the last level. I was like, this had better be the fucking last level. Alright, I didn't even realize I'm like most of the way through this world. Oh, I hadn't been looking at the names of these. Pepto. Oh, it's literally called Pepto. This is the level where I get fucked around. I don't know what it was in Sekiro about like all the repeated mini-bosses that like rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, I almost feel like if they had just been standard enemies that were just like special, I would have felt like less bad about it, but it just felt like lazy. It's like, oh, you know, Juzo the Drunkard, what a great encounter. I remember that was so cool. You're in like the burning Ashina estate, you know, at the front, and there's like all these dudes that you gotta take out, and then you fight this crazy drunk like sumo sword fighter. It's so awesome, and then you find 2 more reskins of him just sort of sitting around later on, and it's like, oh, well, that guy feels less special now. Even though they like gave him a name, they're like, oh no, he's a member of like a set of twins. It's like, cool. Headless, too. What a memorable encounter, and then you find him like 6 more times. Playing Sekiro for the first time, like the first few streams of that, I was having an absolute blast, but it got to the grindy point for me. I mean, that's like a classic FromSoft move, right? First half of the game is way better than the second half, but I don't know if that's quantifiably true. Like, the Guardian Ape, that's like... I guess the Guardian Ape is like kind of midway through the game. And that was a cool fight, but that was where it started to get frustrating for me, personally. The amount of times they lie about how many phases a boss has in that game, too. Like, Dark Souls just barely started to do that. With, like, Sister Fried. I guess, sorry, spoilers, but it's a minor spoiler. It's like, oh, you killed the boss, and then they come back, it's like, well, fuck you. Just give them a second, like, little health bar. How many times are you gonna do this shit? It's like, I never feel like I can trust the game after that. Is this the shittiest level? Is that what the person was saying earlier? I wonder. Yeah, what if we restrict the player's movement a ton, mate? They love that, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I'm Breadmond McMillan. Eat my bread. I wonder what the cutscene is at the end. Nobody spoil it. I'm sure it shows you something for doing this. Surely. That is so fucking horse shit. That part right there. And then it's like, congratulations, you have to go fucking like trod through the entire rest of the level just to like attempt those jumps. Hey guys, remember the greed machine in Isaac? Remember the greed machine? Remember the whole thing about how the greed machine breaks? With increasing frequency, the more coins you put into it, requiring that you do like thousands of runs in order to actually fill it legitimately. In order to unlock a character that sucked ass. Yep, I cheated the greed machine too. Absolutely, yep, I cheated it. Yep. With the copy pasta, I am immune. I cheated it too. Because that's just horrible game design. It's like, I hate it when the ultimate challenge is just something that basically wastes your fucking time. That one was even, like, this one's just a really hard, long level. Like, the greed machine is like, no matter how good you are at the game, it will take a million fucking tries to actually unlock the character. And it's like, if you get a good run where you, like, end greed mode with, like, 99 coins or whatever, and then the machine just breaks after, like, 1 coin, and you're like, well, there's that entire run just gone. To be fair, if you just play through with each character while getting 99 plus coins for each run, it's not too unfair to fill it. What? No? Someone bring up the, like, calculator. Somebody made, like, a website that calculates. Like, given certain RNG values, how many attempts it would take. Assuming that you get like 99 coins in every run, and it's still an obnoxious amount. Like, it's literally just stacked with RNG. Like, yeah, you could get insanely lucky, like, seriously, like, cosmically, like, your winning lottery ticket just got struck by lightning type of luck. and get it on like in like 10 tries or something. But likelihood is it's gonna take a lot more than that. I did it. Holy fuck! Yeah! Bitch! Oh! I was so ready to choke at that last bit. Christ! Now what do we got? No cutscene? Sad. Aw. Alright, well, you know, that kinda sucks, but whatever. I did it. Cotton Alley, complete. There was a little bit of pain, but guess what? I got through it. What a fucking weird world.
I did my time and I went out, so a few times it doesn't cut.